Hello everyone, so now we are going to learn how we can configure the DHCP server for multiple VLAN by using router. So I am using the EVENG. Here we can create one lab. Let me create DHCP lab for multiple VLAN. Okay, so what we are doing, DHCP lab for multiple VLAN. Let me design the topology. I will take one router. We can take this router. I can give the name as R1. You can give any name. And here I can take the interface fast Ethernet and default setting I will take. So this is the router. After that, what I will do, I will take one switch because we are going to configure the multiple VLAN. So this is a switch. I can put here the SW and here I can change the image as a switch, this icon. After that we will connect here. If you see, this way we can connect. And what I will do, I will connect some computer. So here we can take Windows Server, Windows XP, whatever the window you have, Windows 11, Windows 10. We can take that one as a client, this one VPC or Windows XP or Windows Server or Windows 11. Anything we can use what we need. But here what I will do, I will use this one only. I will use this router. Let me use phi, quantity phi I am using. I will write here PC. Okay, you can take anything. We can change the icon here and we will configure so this router can get the IP. We will treat this router as a PC. So let me select here some icon. We can select here just now what we can see here. There is icon here. Let me check here. This one we can select. Okay, so here I taken the phi computer. So we can connect here. We will put one computer in one VLAN. Like that we can do. Okay. So what we will do here, if you see, I will connect this one. So let me connect this one. Let me connect. And here if you see, we don't have the port in the switch. So what we can do, we can go click edit and you can increase here. I will increase the interface here. Then we can connect here. Okay, I will connect here. You can see I connected here. And let me rename this one. I can write PC1 and just click save. Then PC2, click save. Then PC3, click save. PC4, okay, PC4, click save. PC5, click save. So this is our topology is ready now. What we can do here, you can just refresh and move here. We can create the multiple VLAN here. We will configure multiple VLAN. We can say these two guys belongs to VLAN 10. These two guys belongs to VLAN 20. And we can say this one guy belongs to VLAN 30. Okay. Or if you need, take one more router. Here I can take one more router and you can change the image. Change the icon, whatever icon you want to give here. If you go down, you will see here that icon. Select that one. If you see this one and put here the name, we use PC5, so you can write PC6 and select this interface. So now we can connect here. If you see, this one is a 5 and here 6. So each VLAN we can have two computer. And here this router is going to give the IP to multiple VLAN. We need to work on that one. We need to do the configuration. So this one router can give the IP to this multiple VLAN. So what I will do, we can power on the device. I will power on the router. I will power on the switch. And this one we are calling, this is a client PC. Actually I use router, but we will treat this one as a client PC. I will power on all the devices. Okay, I power on all the devices. After that we can do the initial configuration. Till this router boot up, we can put here like different color we can put here. I can say this one is a VLAN 10. This one is a VLAN 10 guys. I can duplicate and I can change the color here. I can say these guys are a VLAN 20. We will write the name also, and this one I will duplicate. I will write here this one as a VLAN 30. If you want to write, just right click and click here, and you can write here like VLAN 10, whatever name you want to give. If you want to give IT, you give IT. That is up to you, what name you want to give and what size you want to select and which color you need. So this one I can say this belongs to VLAN 10 and that is IT. I will click duplicate. We have the duplicate, we will put here and we will change here. This should be VLAN 20. Okay, this one should be VLAN 20. Okay, let me put here and then I will put here sales. Okay, then we will make this duplicate and move here, and then we can keep here VLAN 30 and here we can give HR. So now we need to do the configuration. So what I will do, we can go to the router, this layer 3 switch, and we can do the configuration. So if you see, we are able to log in the switch. Now what I will do, I will change the name of the switch. So I will give this one is a SW1, and here we need to create the VLAN. So we will create VLAN 10. Name I will give IT. This one I am creating, this one. So VLAN 10 IT. After that, what you have, VLAN 20. Name we will give as a sales. Then we have VLAN 30. Name we will give as a HR. So whatever I wrote here, that one I put. After that, you can write do show VLAN brief. So if you see, we created the VLAN here. 30 we did not create it. I think we created, but here you can see it is not there. So let me create again. We told VLAN 30. Name we told HR. Now let's see show VLAN brief. Now you can see we have the VLAN 30 also. But we don't have any port. We need to assign the port. If you see this E0 by 0, E0 by 1, E0 by 2. These two port we need to put in the VLAN 10. So how we will put? We will write here interface range E0 by 1 dash 2. I am using the range command to select the multiple interface. After that, we will write switch port mode access, then switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q. Sorry, not trunk. We need to put this. See here, this one we need to put in the VLAN 10. So I will write switch port access VLAN 10. So now I move these two interface in the VLAN 10. Same like that, I need to do this two interface. I need to move to VLAN 20. So what I will do, I will exit. I will write here interface range E0 by 3. Okay, I have one interface E0 by 3. So let me use one by one only. I will write switch port mode access. Then after that, I will write switch port access which VLAN. This one is a VLAN 20. And then I will use the interface, which interface E1/0, and then I will write switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN, which VLAN? VLAN 20. If you want to see, you can write show VLAN brief, and you can see we move this two port 0 by 1, 0 by 2 in the VLAN 10, and you can see we move this two port in the VLAN 20, E0 by 3 and E0 by 1. You can see this. Now we have these two, E1 by 1, E1 by 2. So what I will do, I can select this interface range because it is in the sequence. So we can write E1 by 1 dash 2. Okay, and then switch port mode access. After that, switch port access which VLAN? This is a VLAN 30. So we move this port in the VLAN 30. I save the configuration. Now if we want to check, we can verify do show VLAN brief. And you can see we move this interface in VLAN 30. So everything is done here. Okay, we done everything here. Only what we need to do, we need to do E0 by 0. This interface E0 by 0 we need to configure as a trunk, because this one is connecting to the router, as we are planning to configure the DHCP server inside the router, and we are using router on a stick method to do the inter VLAN. So we need to configure the port which is connecting to the router as a trunk. So I will write switch port trunk encapsulation.1q switch port mode trunk. Now I will save the configuration. So if you see here, this E0 by 0, this configuration is done, and all the ports we assign and VLAN configuration is done. Now we need to work for only router. So what we will do, we will go for the router. You can take the CLI here, double click, you will get the CLI, and this one is the router. You can do the initial configuration. So here initial configuration we will write no, and then after that what we will do here, we will assign the IP in the interface. We need to create the sub interface for 3 VLAN. So let's do here. First of all, I will change the name of the router. I will write here R1, and then after that I will write interface F0 by 0, and we will write no shut. I make this interface up. Now I need to divide this interface for sub interface, so I will write interface F0 by 0 dot 10. I am using dot 10 for VLAN 10. So I divide this main interface into sub interface. Now I need to write encapsulation.1q, and then I need to put the VLAN number. This one we are creating for which VLAN? This one we are creating for VLAN 10. So I will write, and what will be the gateway for VLAN 10? We will write here IP address 192.168.10.1, and the subnet mask will be 255.255.0. So this will be the gateway for the VLAN 10. Now I will exit. I will write interface F0 by 0 dot 20, and we will write here encapsulation dot 1q 20 we will write, and we will assign the IP address 192.168.20.1 and 255.255.255.0. This is for VLAN 20 we done. Now we need to do same thing for VLAN 30. I will divide this interface in VLAN 30. I will write encapsulation.1q 30, and then after that we can write IP address 192.168.30.1, give space, write 255.255.255.0, and then again exit and write interface F0 by 0 dot 40. Then we will write encapsulation.1q 40, and we can write here IP address 192.168.40.1 255.255.255.0. So this one we done. What we done here, if you see show IP interface brief, you can see here this is a main interface. We divide into sub interface .10, .20, .30, .40, and we assign the IP here. So this will be the gateway for the VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. Now we need to do the DHCP configuration. So if you want to do the DHCP configuration, I will write IP DHCP, okay, pool, and you need to write the pool name. I will write VLAN 10. I am giving this as a VLAN 10. You can give anything here, any name you need to put. I am putting VLAN 10 because I am configuring this for VLAN 10. After that you will write network, and you will write the network ID for VLAN 10. So which one we are planning? We are planning this one, right? And then subnet mask 255.255.0, and what will be the default router, that is default gateway. We give that one as a 192.168.10.1. Okay, so this will be default gateway. And if you want to give the DNS, you can put the DNS IP whatever you have. I am just putting 8.8.8 as a DNS. So this configuration is done for the VLAN 10. Now we need to do same thing for VLAN 20. IP DHCP pool, we can say VLAN 20. This one I am doing for VLAN 20. After that I will write here network 192.168.20.0. I will write 255.255.255.0, and then I will write here default router 192.168.20.1, whatever the gateway we have planned. And after that, if you want to define the DNS, we will write the DNS. I am using the Google DNS. I am writing 8.8.8. So this way we configure the DHCP pool for VLAN 20 also. Now I need to do for VLAN 30. So I will write IP DHCP pool VLAN 30. I am giving name as a VLAN 30. After that you can write here network, and what will be the network, put that network ID. So from what range you want to give the IP, you need to put that one. So I need to give in the VLAN 30, the range should be 192.168.30 dot something. Okay, after that you will write the subnet mask. Then you will write 0 and default gateway, that is a default router should be 192.168.30.1. And what else? We have one more, we will do one more. I will write IP DHCP pool, IP DHCP pool VLAN 40. And network 192.168.40.0, then 255.255.255.0, and default router is 192.168.40.1. DNS is nothing but DNS server. If we are using anything, we will put. I am not using, so I am putting the Google DNS. That's all. And also what we will do, we can write IP DHCP exclude, whatever IP we don't want to use, I can exclude. So I can write 192.168.10.1 till 192.168.10.10. So I am saying don't give the IP from 192.168.10.1 till 10.10, because maybe later we will use this for the servers. So I am asking the DHCP server, don't give the IP from this range. So they will start giving the IP after 10. So they will start 192.168.10.11. Same thing we need to do for the VLAN 20 also. So here you will change as a 20, and here also you can change as a 20. Same thing we will do for 30 also. So we will change here as a 30, and here also we will change as a 30. And we need to do same thing for 40 also. So I will write here 40, and here also 40. Okay, and press enter. That's all. And save the configuration. You will write WR to save the configuration. And this is the machine, that is a computer. So double click and you can go here. Actually this is a router only. We are using the router as a client. So just go here and you can do the basic configuration, like you will go under the interface. Like first of all I will change the name of this router, as we are using this one as a PC. So I will change the name as a PC1. After that you have the interface F0/0. I will write under the interface I will write IP address DHCP. So we will get the IP from the DHCP. After that I will write no shut. So when I write no shut here, this interface will go up and he will send the request. And you can see you will get the IP from the DHCP. Still it is working. So we can check after some time you will get the IP from the DHCP, and you can see you get the IP from the DHCP. If you want to check, you can check also. You can save the configuration and you can go here and write show IP interface brief. So imagine this is your computer. It is in the VLAN 10 and you get the IP 192.168.10.11. From where you get from the DHCP server. Why you get 10.11? Because when you configure here, you told don't give the IP from 192.168.10.1 till 192.168.10.10. That's why we get here the IP 10.11. Now we can go to the another one and we can do here again. We can check here what IP we are getting. This device is in VLAN 10 only. So you should get the IP from the VLAN 10 range only. So we are going to verify that one also. So what I will do, I will do the basic configuration here. I will write host name, and here this is a PC2. Then I will go under the interface F0/0. I will write here like IP address DHCP and no shut. This one we need to write inside the router if you want to get the IP from the DHCP. We are using this router as a client PC. That's why I put here and I go under that interface, whatever interface is connecting to switch, and I make this interface up. And I am writing the IP address DHCP, so we will get the IP from the DHCP. And if you see, we get the IP from the DHCP. You can save the configuration and you can check here show IP interface brief, and you get the IP from the DHCP. This PC is also belongs to VLAN. Which VLAN? VLAN 10, and you can see you get the IP range from the VLAN 10 only. Okay, so this one works successfully. Now we will go for the VLAN 20 and we can verify that one. So I will write here no, and same thing I will open this PC4 also. This belongs to VLAN 20 only. We can cross check till this boot up, and here it is ready, so we can do the basic configuration. First of all, we need to change the name of the router, so I will write host name, and this one is the name is PC3. Then go under the interface, you can see F0/0, so you need to write interface F0/0 and IP address DHCP no shut. Okay, and wait for some time. You can exit and you can save the configuration, and after that you can check. After some time you will get the IP from the DHCP. So still we did not get the IP from the DHCP. You can see here you have the option DHCP we enable, but we did not get the IP. Now we get the IP here, and if you want to check, you can write show IP interface brief. You can see we get the IP from which range? From the VLAN 20 range. Okay, if you see for this PC1 you are getting 10.11, PC2 10.12, but PC3 you are getting 20.11. And you can ping also. Example, you can ping 192.168.10.11 because this PC is having what? 10.11. If you see, so now I am pinging from VLAN 20 to VLAN 10. It is working. Why? Because we done the inter VLAN also. Here we done the inter VLAN, so two different VLAN is also working, and you are getting the IP address also. After that, what we will do? We will go for the PC2, and here we can go and enable. Go to the global configuration mode. Change the name of the router as a PC. Which PC? This one PC4. So we can write PC4. And go under the interface. You can see here this is a PC4 connected to interface F0/0. So F0/0 you can write here IP DHCP. Okay, IP address DHCP no shut. Click exit and write here show IP interface brief. I will save the configuration also, and you can write show IP interface brief. Still you did not get the IP, but this one is set as DHCP, so he is going to get the IP from DHCP, and we get the IP here from DHCP. If you see this one, so 20.2. If you want to check, you can write show IP interface brief, and you can check we get 20.12 in the PC4, this one. So now we will go for this one also, and we can verify. So I will write here no. Let me open the PC6 also, which belongs to VLAN 30. And we can put here also no, so they will boot up. I will go here now. We can do the configuration. Enable config T, host name. What is the host name? PC5. And here interface. What interface you have? If you see, all the PCs are having fast Ethernet 0/0 only. So I will write fast Ethernet 0/0. IP address DHCP no shut. PC5. And then go to here also. Right here interface config T, host name PC6, and here we will write interface F0/0 and no shut, and we can write IP DHCP, IP address DHCP, IP address DHCP, and you can exit and save the configuration and wait for some time. You will get the IP. You can write show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief, and you can wait and check. Meanwhile, I will check here. You get the IP for the PC2. I will save the configuration and write show IP interface brief, and you can see you get the IP address here. Okay, you get the IP address here, and you can see here also you get the IP, so you can write show IP interface brief. So in this scenario, you get the IP from the VLAN 30, and if you want to ping, this is a VLAN 30 IP. You can ping to the VLAN 20 or VLAN 10. It is working because we done the inter VLAN. If you want to ping the VLAN 10 also, it will work because we done the inter VLAN. So this lab is successfully we done. What we done here, we done the inter VLAN, and also we configure the DHCP server in the router. So in the small company we will have these types of setup. After that we are going to connect this like this. We are going to connect this to the ISP router here. Okay, and we will create the default route and we will configure the path here. So later we are going to see, I am going to create one playlist, so we will add this. This is the first video, how to configure the DHCP server in the router, and also how we can do the inter VLAN. So this one, first part is done. Second part we will see how we can connect this to the ISP in our next video. Okay, thank you. Bye.